Another year, no doggone deal. Wait, where's the camera? Oh, it's behind me. See, I haven't done this in a while. Bear with me. But nonetheless, another year, Leveon Bell does not get a long-term deal from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Last year, I was, along the lines of, not giving him a long-term deal. This year, in particular, I believe he should be getting a long-term deal. You should be paying him. Now, I'm hearing a lot of people with the rumors in my ear. I've received a set number of messages in my DMs from several different Steelers fans. What do you think's going to happen? I don't think they're going to resign him. We're not going to have Leveon. He's going to retire. He's going to sit out the first year. He's not going to play the first half of the season. We need Leveon. Pay him. What's wrong with them? Listen, all right, calm the hell down. It's a business. Evidently, they don't have the money. But they are willing to negotiate, because if we look at last year, he said he wanted $15 million. They gave him the $12 million a year franchise tag. And like I referenced to and alluded to earlier in this video of me speaking already, I said that last year I was perfectly on board with them not giving him a long-term contract because he had a serious knee injury and you had 2 suspensions. Last year, he didn't go through entire training camp. He just pulled up for the season, had a phenomenal season. I believe he was second-team All-Pro, maybe first-team All-Pro. But one of those two, whatever the case was, he still had nearly 2,000 yards, all-purpose, 11 touchdowns, and was very healthy throughout the entire season. Maybe Pittsburgh is all right. You had 1 healthy season, or well, I should say 2, but this being the first healthy season in a number of years, let's see how things play out. I'm hoping that they get a long-term deal done down the road, but I'm not going to sit here and, exacerbate situations and get all worried and sweating and throwing away Leveon Bell jerseys for what? There's no purpose of that. Now, as for his allegations saying that he might just sit out the first half of the season, I'm a bit worried about that, but the way I see things play out is this year is just going to be another sort of situation where it's Super Bowl or bust. I think in Pittsburgh's case, if they happen to win a Super Bowl, then they're going to pay Leveon whatever the case is going to be, whatever the hell he wants, because I think if they win the Super Bowl, Big Ben's going to ultimately retire because he's really only playing to get the offensive line a Super Bowl ring. However, if they do lose, if I were them, I would throw the house at Leveon Bell too. When I say house, I'm referencing money. Throw the money at Leveon as well, because if Big Ben decides to return and play another year, you still have a Super Bowl ready roster. So pay the man, period. Keep him there. What's the purpose? He's a once in a lifetime sort of back. He has a skill set that we haven't seen for quite some time. In fact, I should say he's an additional, I should say his attributes are a little bit higher than Marshall Faulk in a sense, because he's got the speed, blocking ability, and able to run the rock. However, his patience is something that we haven't seen in the game before. All right, so you should pay the man what he wants. Now, $15 million a year for a running back, now that is a lot of money. We haven't seen that in a long period of time. Matter of fact, I think the last time a running back got a long-term deal getting more than $10 million a year, that was what, Adrian Peterson, Chris Johnson, 2011, something like that. But I don't know if there ever been a running back who was getting $15 million per year in the long grand scheme of things in long-time contracts. Whatever the case was, I think Leveon Bell is definitely worth it, but I guess Pittsburgh wants to see another season to see if he's worth it. But you already know, if he hits free agency, somebody's going to throw the house at him. However, if you win yourself a Super Bowl or you get to a Super Bowl, you can attract him to want to come back. But all of this extra, the back and forth negotiations, we don't want to pay you, we want to pay the position, we don't want to pay the player. Make it to where you can get him to stay here. Obviously, the fans can't really do nothing because all the NFL players, they can say, man, we love our fans. But if somebody throw $18 million a year in your face, I'm gonna go to the $18 million. I don't really know you like that. You're not gonna pay for my bills. Obviously, you're gonna say, yo, you rich, you can pay for your own bill. I'm gonna go to where they giving me the money. So what's got to happen is the organization gotta get him to stay. I don't know if you gotta feature yourself on his mixtape. I don't know if you gotta start paying for the nanny to raise his kid. I don't know what the case is gonna be. Like I said last year, I'll say it again this year. Or I should say, like I said after the season, I'll say it again now. What you're gonna do if you're a fan and you want to help out to go help Leveon Bell, go to Home Depot, go into the home section in Home Depot, find yourself the bells, get a wheelbarrow, buy how many bells they have on sale, bring all of the house bells, the ones that you ding dong inside the house, bring all that to the Pittsburgh Steelers Stadium and just pour it. Every other fan who goes and spends their money, just pour it. They'll come inside, and the people who are the housekeeping, the groundskeepers of the damn field, they'll say, what are all these bells doing on the field? We paid for these bells, now you go pay for our bell. That's Leveon Bell. So go pay him. That's all you can do. As for the organizational standpoint, get the deal done. Obviously, you see how the offense meshes with him on the field versus when he's not on the field. Get the damn deal done. What are we gonna do? Move on to James Conner? Mr. I only had 32 touches the entire goddamn season last year. There's no purpose of that. Pay the man, goddammit. But I'm not going to sit over here, lose my wig over the situation. We have ourselves a season coming up. Obviously, Le'Veon's going to end up playing because if he sits out the entire year, I think that would kind of hinder him trying to get a long-term deal for somebody else. Because he got attitude problems. I don't think I want to pay him. What if there's some sort of injury we don't know about? I don't know if we want to pay him this kind of money, if he's going to be a diva. But there's always going to be that one team, maybe like Detroit or something like that, or maybe the Browns. Let's throw the $100 million at this man or something. But nonetheless, don't get all up in arms. It's far too early to be worrying about that. As far as we're both concerned, he's a Pittsburgh Steeler until the end of 2018, or I should say the beginning of 2019, because we're going to end up going to the playoffs unless long as people don't end up getting hurt. But we'll talk about that at a different time. So that's my thoughts on the Le'Veon Bell situation. Let me know what your thoughts on the Le'Veon Bell situation is. I'm going back to the Shadow Realm, and I'm hoping not to have to do this until the preseason starts. Well, then again, that's only a couple of weeks from now. So I'll be seeing you then.
What the hell wrong with them? What's wrong with them? What's wrong with it?
So what, son? Nancy!
Yes, maman!